Hello, Anthony here, one half of the dev team over at Center Still Studio. I'm giving another game. This will be the second game that I'm giving a second playtest to. I did this a couple of weeks ago. I did this one a couple of weeks ago, and I gave a lot of feedback and got in touch with the developer Steven about it. And it's the videos posted up on YouTube. It was a really good playtest. All the playtests are really good playtests. I'd never have a bad one. These are a lot of fun, even if I encounter really important issues that prevent me from moving along further in the game. Playtests are always really good to have. I can't really even imagine there's any such thing as a bad playtest. But as long as I'm open and honest and most importantly kind. It's easy to be kind about it whenever you have been developing games for a long period of time and you understand how difficult this stuff is to get working. You understand that game developers don't try, for the most part. I've never met a game developer that has actively tried to put bugs or issues into a game. Everyone's been rational actors. Um, it's really difficult to make a game. It's extremely difficult to make even the most simple 2D side-scrolling puzzle game, or not puzzle, platformer. It's extremely difficult to make a game, and it should be commended when anybody tries. So anyway, I did this one a couple of weeks ago. It's Crude Awakening. It is a game. It's basically about putting together logic gates, like basically using basic logic that a computer uses and setting that up piece by piece. I couldn't get past the first level, quote unquote, because there was way too much information coming at me, and I know that there's been at least one update since posting that video up, so I'm going to give it another go here. So you may or may not remember this one, but if you do or don't, you can go back in the original video, go back and scroll down the video playlist and check the original. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot here. So, Crude Awakening. So these aliens abducted me, and I'm supposed to be fighting, quote unquote, fighting for the fate of the species. I'm the only one here. No, I don't remember if this was here or not. I don't remember if this little slide was here on the first time or not. Also teaching you about the fundamental component that all future tests will be based on. Nice. Yeah, it looks like he fixed the typo. That's good. Oh, nice. Okay, so there's a little issue. So I'm playing on 1280 by 720, so I changed the resolution of my screen. I think that might be the issue here. So this was down here, and I originally thought it was here on the inputs, but it's not. So I think that definitely double check the resolutions. I used to be on like 1920 by 1080 or something like that. Now I'm on 1280 by 720. So I think changing the resolution changes it because it's an in-browser game. So that's why I want to point that out. Oh, nice! You got rid of. So originally there was all the UI up here, so that's all been taken care of. So that's good. All right, so you pointing to here. Nice. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. So click on the input. Input 1. Hold on. Input 2. It's a little strange. Let me see if I can. Boop. Wait a minute. Okay, what I'm trying to do now is see what all of these have in common. and whether they're gonna give me some kind of, so I can kind of suss out in my, like, neuronally, I can suss out how, as I'm fiddling with it, I can see how they all attach or disconnect from one another. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to kind of click on here and see what all these have in common. So input, if I click on this, I think one of these turn green. Alright, that's true. If I click on this one, they both turn green. Okay, but now I don't know what that did, if any. So all the output code is green, right? Let me boot back in and see how it started. It began, I believe, all red. All right, so you tell me this. So click on that. Got it. Okay, cool. Okay, now click on this guy. Alright, well, I'll tell you what, this is a huge advancement from what it was last time. Now I definitely feel like I'm getting somewhere. I don't know if it's bugged though. I almost feel like, so I did that, I did the input 1 and 2, and now I feel like there's supposed to be something else that occurs like in a tutorial sense, like the UI is supposed to, I think there's something bugged. I think there's something that's supposed to be telling me something but isn't. What I feel like is that you wanted me to click on here and then turn both of these inputs on. I think they start out like this. Alright, I think it started out where all of these were, right? Let me try this one more time. Like, this already feels a hell of a lot better than the last time. I definitely feel like there's tutorial going on. That's okay, so all of these are unknown. All of these are unknown, right? So I clicked on here. Okay, yeah, you see what happens if I unclick there, it still stays on there. But okay, anyway, I click on here, click on the input 1, and then you have me click down here. Bam. And I click on input 2, click down here. If I click input 1 off, and I click down here again, what happens? Or down here, what happens? So still a lot of information. It's okay if all the, it's kind of okay if all the information down here is unneeded, although I have a feeling that I do need it to be here. But I feel like the tutorial stops halfway here. There's either something I'm missing, or something that's bugged that's not allowing me to continue further on. So I feel like these are all green, so this should be moved over or something. So these two green dots on the north and south side will actually connect to here, and then it would flow through. I feel like that is what is missing. There's something going on here. Like, I feel like it's so close to being a completed circuit here, right? Alright, I'm gonna give it one more shot and see from the beginning, just to see. Boop. Okay, so I clicked on there. So, okay, so it doesn't matter whether I click on input 1 or 2, right? It's just telling me both of these. Is that how it's supposed to be? So these are all, that should probably be red. think I almost get it. So maybe just this one should be green, that way it completes the circuit and touches this one, goes up to this NOR gate, and then it goes down here and goes to the output. But it is disconnected from here, which kind of tells me that there's something I got to do to connect these. That's what I feel. Like that's what I'm intuiting from the visuals. Okay, well I'm gonna stop here because I can't really figure out what I got to do next. But this is a great. This is definitely the direction that you should go, is more tutorially for the first, so I can understand how all of these things fit together, so I can understand how to manipulate the things that are on here, how to actually manipulate the visuals that I see, the assets or the doodads, everything that isn't this gray background. How do I manipulate this? Why can I click on these, the output code, but not the input code? So I think just from fiddling around, I think you can make it more clear though, but I think just from fiddling around, the input codes, these are the key right here, so these are non-interactable. So it tells me if input 1 is on, but input 2 is off, then that's here. And then the output code, what is the output code? But I can turn that on or off. Excuse me. That's what it's telling me. And then if the input 2 is on, but input 1 is off, then what is output code for that? But I think that I've tried every combination here, and it didn't do anything. I think I did. Well, I might not have. There's a lot of combinations, right? Is there anything I'm missing around here? Okay. Alright, yeah, I can't really... Let me do it one more time, see if there's anything I'm messing up here. I might be messing something up. So, I think that if you... how do I want to say this? I would advise to be even more clear here. Just pretend I'm a complete moron, which I am. Like me personally, I am, like with this. So you wanted me to click on this, so I did. Now, if you want me to click on just one or the other of these, take this arrow and put it like above or below either one of these, like the individual one I gotta click on. So like let's say you want me to click on input 1 and then input 2, have the arrow pointing down to input 1, and then when that happens, point down to input 2. Because as it is right now, so I clicked on input 1 and the arrow came down here and is just pointing at the lower input code. Now if I were to do this again, close and click on this, and I click on input 2 instead, it still comes down anyway and tells me. So it's kind of... It's not holding my hand, I think, as much as it should on this first one. I think this first one might be so simple that you can hold my hand throughout the entire thing, and then let me do another one after it. I think in the last video I said, if you can get like 60 or 70 levels out of a game like this, then give me the first 5 completely holding my hand every step of the way. Call them gimmies. You know, that like just get more and more complex and allow me to really grasp the depth of the mechanics here. Boop. So I played around with it a lot, and I feel like this should work. Whatever work means, like I feel like it should be the win state, but I don't know. Obviously I have no idea. So anyway, I hope this helps. This is a little bit more play testing for you. I really hope this helps you. Hope you can get something out of it, and keep updating it. Keep going along. Keep developing it. Keep fastening down the hand holding, like the tutorial stage. Get me into the game. That way, like get me into understanding what the mechanics are. That way, you can then let the reins go and let me run with what you teach me. Okay, thank you so much for letting me know you had an update. Keep it coming. Let me know when the next one is available, and I'd love to continue helping you out and playtesting it and figuring it out. And you can watch me fumble through. Yeah, so definitely keep on trucking, keep developing. All right, catch you around.